Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. You know, my name is Gary, aka the Plastic Boy. We're now called the Plastics with a $sign that's on period. So a lot of you guys, when I did my sip and slay, I always wore like a soft glam, and I've been using the Natasha Denona Bronze Palette just for a moment now. It's my favorite palette just to do soft glam looks with. So I thought I'd kind of do like a full face kind of soft glam, but I'm not going to focus too much on the skin. But I am going to be using the new Mercier honey powder. I was going to do a dedicated video to this, but I thought, you know what, let me just incorporate it into a look because
I ain't got time for that because the powder poo.
And obviously that video will be hella boring. So obviously we're going to do a soft glam. I'm going to start with the base first because obviously I want to show you guys the powder first, obviously, because soft glams aren't that powerful colors, so you know. So if you want to see what soft glam and Laura Mercier's got to say, keep on watching, and that's on period poo. So hey guys, what is going on? So we're gonna start with the skin with soft glam. Thank you so much for all the love on the vlog. Like, you know, sometimes a bitch feels is dry, but you know, I'm gonna continue them. I'm gonna try and be consistent with the vlogs, but you know. So actually, I'm gonna start with the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer. You guys have heard me speak about this so much. It's such a bomb primer. I don't think I'm gonna focus too much on the skin as of today because it's all about the soft glam and obviously the Laura Mercier primer. Oh my god, I just realized I'm using the Laura Mercier primer and the Laura Mercier powder. This is not an ad, even though Laura Mercier, if you want to sponsor me. I'm gonna use this Dragon, oops, I'm gonna put up my lip. I'm gonna use this Dragon Beauty color corrector because I've run out of my lip tinted one, and obviously this one is really good. Obviously, I don't have that much pigmentation, but I just like to, if you're deeper skin tone and you take pictures, definitely use a color corrector because it's gonna be cute, boo. That's all blended out. So for foundation, I'm actually gonna use a concoction that I've been loving. Guys, you guys know I love the Morphe skin tint. I use, what's this called? Wait, what? What's this shade called? Oh, a hint of truffle. And sandalwood. Actually, I could use, yeah, I'm gonna use sandalwood because the Morphe one is a tiny bit warmer. So I've used 2 pumps of that. The only thing that I don't like about this Morphe thing now is that it gets hella messy. It's actually a madness. So I'm gonna use, yeah, this. I'm just gonna use a lot because it is a skin tint. But I actually love this by itself, but it's just so bomb. I'm actually gonna use a Juno sponge because I found this the other day and I was just like, let me use it, girl. So let's see what this looks like. Oh, I actually really like this color. Okay, so literally just blend it like that. This Juno sponge is so good. Like, you remember when I was at hype about them, and I was just like, there was actually a mad story about Juno because I ordered a sponge during Christmas time. Was it last year or the year before? And why did it not come? Well, basically, well, it didn't come until February, and I was proper baff. So I had to email customer service, and they ended up sending me a free one. But still, February. A whole 2 months, sis. A bitch could have had a baby by then. A bitch could have got married. It was just wild. This Juno sponge is low-key amazing. Also, guys, I'm actually going away on the 13th. Would you rather, on that week, the Friday, which is the 14th, I think, have a pre-recorded sip and slay or an extra piece of, like, makeup content or something else? Because I love doing live ones, but do you want a pre-recorded one or do you just want a... I don't want to miss a sip and slay episode though, so let me know, would you rather pre-recorded or just, I can think of another content idea to do on that Friday, which could involve maybe a get ready with me, a different idea, let me know. But you know, I'm trying to be consistent, guys, you know. I'm just gonna go in with a darker concealer. This is the Pat McGrath D29 concealer. I'm always going with a tiny bit of like a warmer concealer just because, I don't know, I like it extra. And you see that spot that I had on here, it's going a bit lighter. I've been using the Ole Henriksen Dark Spot Toner. The thing is, I love that toner, but I'm not sure if my skin has become sensitive to it, but I can't use it all over the face. And if I do, I can only use it maybe once a week, and that's the like slightest because it started to break me out. Not break me out, but sensitize my skin. So I can use it on certain areas, but not all over the face, which is sad because it's such an amazing toner. It's my mic pointing towards me, and that's more better. Yeah, this Juno sponge, guys, I've actually used this once, but I've never used this color. I've got the blue one, but this one's a tiny bit softer, so I'm actually gonna go in with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I actually forgot how much this concealer bangs so hard. I'm gonna go in with the shade Mocha though, because I've seen someone else use Mocha, and I thought, let me just use that too. This concealer is amazing, but definitely have to make it dry. Imagine I went to the door and I had one patch of concealer on, and he looked at me like, and I was like, But yeah, this concealer, you have to let it dry, otherwise it can get very messy. I'm gonna put a lot on because I really want this to be a bright kind of eye, like, you know. It's ghetto.
A little bit ghetto, you know, a little bit hood.
Okay, so let me finish blending out this concealer, guys. I'm not sure what it is, but it's just picture manager, but I'm not sure how brands are getting my address, but this random brand has sent me something, and I know for a fact I didn't say to them I wanted the product. Obviously, when people reach out, I'm always just like, yeah, if I like the product, but this is the most random stuff. It's like a purple cheek stain. I'm just like, I checked the Instagram's page and I've never messaged them before, or they've never messaged me, so how did you get my address? It's a bit scary, so I'm definitely gonna have to look into it because that is just not cool, man. Like, but yeah, this concealer had time to dry anyway. If I get one more delivery, one more, I'm actually gonna put a bit of concealer. I know I look crazy at the moment. I'm gonna put a bit of concealer on the lids, just a pat my graph one because it's like a hair lighter than my skin tone. D29, just because we are doing a soft glam, and you guys know I like using concealer as a base. I have got some P. Louise ones and stuff, but this Pat McGrath one works good because it's more of a soft matte. The e.l.f. one's good as well, so you don't have to like break the bank for this, but I'm making that concealer just dry down a tiny bit more. Have you guys been anywhere, and do we like the name The Plastics with a $sign or Plastics? The Plastics with a $sign or just Plastics? Hey Plastics! Hey The Plastics! Hey Plastics!
Y'all mouth getting dry talking about the same thing.
Okay, the moment of truth. Laura Mercier Translucent Honey. We're gonna see if it lives up to expectations because I love the... Oh, it's already open. Did I open it? Did I open it? Anyway, this is what it looks like. Oh yeah, I did open it. No, I did open it because I opened it when I swatched it on my stories. I was thinking, wait. So that is the color. Actually, I want some more. That is a color there. It's not as golden as Kunafa. This looks a bit like... Is it similar to banana bread? It's very... no, that's Huda Beauty Blondie. Honey, you probably can't see. Let me just swatch Huda Beauty Blondie next to it. They're very similar. Yeah, similar to Blondie, but Blondie's a bit more... They're both yellow, but there's different undertones of yellow, so let's use some. I'm gonna pour some in this pot because I've never used the translucent one under my eye because I know people do, but it's a bit too white for me, and the medium deep I love all over the skin. So we're gonna use the same Juno sponge. I normally use another powder, but I want to see what this powder's got to say because you know. Okay, let's just blend this in. It is yellow. I'm actually not mad at how bright it is because you guys know I love to go ham with the under. Oh my god, can you see how smooth my under eyes look? Okay, bish. It might be the sponge. It's no. This powder looks so good. This is just a first impressions, but I don't use Laura Mercier under the eye. You guys know that. I've never used it under my eye. I just use it on the face. But this color though, with this concealer, I just feel like it's amazing because I'm not gonna lie, I watched someone else's review. I can't remember what her name was, but I was just searching Laura. Actually, no, she popped up on my browse feature, and I just ended up clicking it because she looked really, really good. And she said that it depends on what concealer you use, obviously, which kind of differs what kind of undertone it will come out, but I really like this. Okay, Laura Mercier. So nice. So the rest of the face before we do the eyes, I'm actually going to take Laura Mercier Medium Deep with their puff. If you guys haven't used their puffs, oh my god, they're a bit pricey though. I think they're like £12, which is kind of expensive for one puff, but they do last a long time, but you can wash them. I'd probably recommend, I like hand washing them with a bit of like, oh my god, it's gone in my hair, with a bit of soap, but these are just so good. Like, bitch. I'm actually gonna contour using something different. I'm gonna use Hoola Toasted. I haven't used this bronzer for ages. I was cleaning up my makeup drawer and I was just like, why have I not used this bronzer in such a long time? The thing is about Hoola, it reminds me of another bronzer where when you look at it, it doesn't look that dark, but when you put it on the skin, it really just shows up. What bronzer was it? It was something, oh, I can't remember what it was now, but it was definitely one of those bronzers where it looks lighter, but when you actually put it on, you're like, whoa. I put some more powder on Laura Mercier because I'm actually filming another video meanwhile doing this, but I actually really like this powder. Don't worry, when I set it, it's gonna calm it down. I think I've got a yellow background as well. It's emphasizing the yellow in the powder.
But ooh, child.
I'm actually gonna use some of that powder on the lid just to set this concealer. Hey bitch, so we zoomed in. This is Natasha Denona Bronze Palette. It's my favorite Natasha Denona palette ever. Actually, is it? Yeah, it is actually. I always go with a transition color. I use Sultan, Magma, and a bit of Sundown, but I'm actually gonna go with Suntan as a transition color. Don't be fooled, the colors in this pan, they look light, but it actually applies so much darker, just like that bronzer. So I'm literally, I'm gonna stamp this on, and then I'm gonna maneuver it and probably just blow it out. But don't worry, we're gonna make it neat. But this is just such a nice transition shade. It's just so pretty. Just look at that, it's so pretty. I could wear this by itself and just do a liner, obviously, if I wanted to steal someone's man, but we're not doing that today. We're trying to be classy. So I'm using just this. I'm gonna use another color as well, just to create the perfect soft glam transition moment. Like an idiot, I forgot to blend out my under contour lip, and I used the e.l.f. Camo concealer. That concealer dries so fast, so once it's dry, but it's fine. I'm gonna go under it with concealer and go with a lipstick anyway. I'm gonna go in with Magma, this shade here, and then I'm just gonna use the same brush, which I use the Morphe one too, and kind of just put that like underneath. I like to stamp it as well because this is the big brush. It's really just gonna like disperse the color a lot and make it a bit more airbrush. So I'm just gonna go in wind sweeper white motions and also go in circular motions because I like it to be blurred out, because we're gonna use that color again but in a more concentrated way, darling. But this palette, guys, if you like soft glams and you don't really like colors, because sorry, I had to clean the brush. If you don't like a lot of color, like I like playing with colors and I like pink eyes, but I think for every day this palette is just so freaking pretty. Like, it's definitely worth the money, because since I've had it, I've been using it most days and most like weeks to do like a soft glam. So guys, obviously if we do like a higher blend, what's good about this powder is, I feel like this sounds sponsored, but it's actually really not sponsored. You can take that powder just to like buff out the edges and make it a bit softer. Leave it set under the brow actually. This powder is, so far I'm really impressed with this powder, even though it looks a bit bright, but once I set my face, guys, I won't look like a ghost. Okay, so I have to turn my phone off silent. I'm gonna go in with the shade Magma again, the one that I used in my crease. I'm literally just gonna deposit that there. This color is so, this would make a really nice, actually would it, I think I could probably use this as a bronzer, because if you look at the shade, it's very actually that was probably looking like a blush on me. Who am I kidding? But I love this shade. I kind of build it up in the corner like that. I keep pressing just so the pigment lays on, and then I'm gonna just kind of take it into the crease, but I kind of take it higher because I've kind of got a fold. Well, I've got like, would you call this a hooded lid? Because I've actually got hooded lids, so I actually just kind of take it up there and just kind of diffuse it, and also kind of just bring it out, because we're going to be doing a wing anyway, but we're going to be doing a brown wing because I think with soft glam looks, black wings are cute, but they can look a bit too harsh, so we're definitely doing a brown wing. And can you see the shadows just blend out so beautifully on this palette. I know I've done a review on this palette before, but it's actually so banging. Okay, so I'm basically been using that same Magma. I'm literally I just use it to like build up the pigment, so I just take it bit by bit and just kind of build it. This color is like my favorite in the palette because it's kind of like a brownie purple but still warm. I just love it just for like building it up. I'm just doing like little circular motions just so it blends out on the eye. And obviously if you go too high, you can go back in with that little Mercier powder just to like clean it up. Okay, so this, I'm still using the same brush here, so I'm gonna go into Deep Dive and also Magma. Do you guys basically still like makeup tutorials, by the way? Because I know you guys wanted to see this tutorial. So I just do one dip and one dip, and I kind of just place it there just to give my eye a bit of depth. Otherwise, because the tones are very similar, it can end up looking like one kind of color on the eye. I kind of just wiggle that in the corner. I don't want it to be too dramatic, but you see it just gives it that bit more of an edge compared to that eye. So you just do a tiny bit, otherwise it's gonna turn into like a smoky reddish eye, you know? Okay, so here is where the proper glam comes in. I'm gonna use this color called Ridge. This one here. Why is this not focusing? Yeah, I love to use this on like the top, like the in a corner because it's kind of yellow and it's just, I think it just really goes nicely with my skin tone. But also guys, for Sip and Slay, obviously you know how I always talk about celebrity news and stuff. I'm thinking about to like what else topics I can like incorporate. Obviously celebrity news, there's makeup. I really want to start doing dilemmas where people ask me stuff and like just different stuff. Like I wish I could like have guests on and I could like tell me like the issues, but obviously then I don't think people would want their face on the YouTube video. But I definitely want to do like, maybe I could like FaceTime someone where I ask them their issues, but maybe do like a FaceTime audio. So you'd have to be like, you could be private. I think that'd be such a good idea. So if you guys would be up for that, I could FaceTime if you've got a dilemma. It doesn't have to be like something personal. It could be like makeup wise, it could be like, you know, anything. But let me know in the comments down below because I think that would be such a sick idea. Okay, so because it's looking a bit yellow, I remembered what I do now. So I mix Ridge and then a bit of Sundown just to make it a bit more pinky because it can look a bit too yellowy. So I mix these two after I kind of lay that base down just so it isn't as golden. But if you want it golden, that's fine. But Ridge and Sundown are kind of pinky yellow and a peachy yellow, so they kind of go really well together. Okay, so guys, we're gonna go back into Magma, which is this shade here, and then we're gonna literally just kind of like blend them together, just like really softly because I don't want the yellow to come that far out and I still want it to be a nice blend. So literally just go like that, but very, very softly. I feel like the background is making things look super, super yellow, which it's gonna do. Hold on, why do I look scented? Yeah, I really like this look recently, and I feel like soft glam looks so nice on everyone. If I was getting married, I'd probably do like a soft glam just because I feel like it looks pretty, but it doesn't look too harsh. Okay guys, so the trick is to use a brown liner. I kind of got in between the House Labs one, which is called, what's this one called? I'm not sure what it's called, but it's the only brown one they do. But I love the Melt ones. Their Melt ones are amazing. Even as a base, it's called Spliff and it's called the Ultra Matte Gel Liner. The black one is amazing. I got it because I've seen your makeup shadow use it, but this, guys, on the eye is just so pretty. I'm gonna use this angled brush. And what I normally like to do, guys, I'm not going to do a full line on camera because I'm still, it makes me sweat. I feel like my armpits are stinging. So I kind of just start there. So we've got the wing, then we can clean it up with concealer, but can you see the contrast just looks so, so gorgeous. Okay, so the liner's done. I always clean it up with the NARS Matte Cream Concealer. I actually love this concealer on the face, but for clean up concealer, because it's not as liquidy, it's really easy to like kind of like tidy up. But see how the liner's just, it just makes it just soft to the glam, you know? It's like the yin. So guys, I'm gonna use my own lashes, Bad and Bougie. I've been triple stacking these and stacking them because you guys know, obviously these are really, really nice by themselves, but you know, I want to add a bit of drama, add a little something. So I'm actually gonna coat these in a brown liner just so they match mine, but these are only available in the UK. I'm really, really sorry guys, but if you do want to get them, it would mean the world to me if you would support me and you are in the UK and want to buy them. I'll link them down below, but honestly, if you can support me guys, I do two styles. I do this one, I can't find the other one, it's called Snatched, but yeah, love you. Okay, so if you want a tip on how to apply lashes, definitely make sure you wait until the glue is dry. Like I'm like talking borderline hard to breathe dry. See? Easy, but obviously we're gonna pinch them together. Okay, so I'm gonna do the bottom lash line. This looks so, so pretty. I'm gonna use Magma and Sultan for the under eye, just because they're just so close and I don't wanna do anything too dark. I might use a bit of deep dive as well, and which you're just gonna, you guys see? I would normally use another brush for it, but I can't find it anywhere. Guys, so far, I actually really like this little Mercier powder. I haven't sprayed my face yet, which I should have done, but it's fine, we move. My eyes are watering, so I'm gonna use a bit of deep dive just in the corners here, just to make it a tiny bit more depthy. It's a bit too dark, let me blend that out. I feel like this tutorial is gonna be really long. I just feel like, do you guys like long makeup tutorials? Let me know. The one thing, if you must get to do a soft glam, is the perfect nude pencil for a deeper skin tone. Oh, there's such a weird guy watching me. He's always watching me. What is wrong with I'm after, but anyway. It's by NARS. It's called Rue Bun. I'll link it down below, but guys, look how much I've got left. I need to order a backup because this pencil in the waterline, my fan's making my eyes water, but in the waterline, it just creates magic. Like, I think I've actually got a backup of this. I'm sure I have. Well, obviously want to add an inner highlight, and I don't think I'm going to do a shimmer, so I'm going to add Sundown, which is this shade here. So bomb. I'm going to mix a bit of beach in as well, just to make it a tiny bit brighter. Yes. Okay, so legit I haven't set my face yet. Before we continue, we're almost done anyway, but okay, I'm going to set my face, because I haven't set it since I put Mercier powder on. I'm literally going to... I'm using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist because it really just smarts powders into the skin. And then we're just gonna set. Okay, so for blush, guys, I'm obsessed with this powder. I'm obsessed. Hold on, I need to like do that because it was looking a tiny bit crazy. But I'm just obsessed with the powder. I really like it. I think it's a really nice powder. Why am I still zoomed in? Let me zoom you out because you still can see my credit score. That's better. Ooh. So I'm gonna use this blush by Elf. It's called Always Spicy. It was part of the Chipotle collection, which was very random, but this blusher, because it's kind of brown, we don't want anything that's too pinky because it's gonna make us look very like slutty, but you know, it just looks so good. Okay, for highlight, I want something super soft. Like, when I say soft, I mean soft. So I'm gonna use this Dior Quad. I'm gonna use this bronze shade here. I'm not even gonna use a lot, guys. I'm just gonna use just like a sweep, just like that, because we don't want too much highlight with this look. Okay, so for the lips, I'm gonna use, I've been loving this liner. It's the MAC Chestnut Tiana Taylor one, but obviously get the number one because the MAC one's a bit shorter. So I'm gonna just line my lips. I think it was low-key a bit mean. I was gonna use a Tiana Taylor lipstick. I've got a man, but everyone's saying that's sold out for you guys that are in the US, but it's not sold out in the UK. But I'm gonna use a Gucci one just because I know it's just available everywhere. So I'm gonna use Mona Lisa Cameo. You can also use your finger as well. Then I'm gonna go in with Penny Beige, which is like the perfect nude shade. So freaking cute. Okay, so guys, this is the end of the look. What do you guys think? Do you love it? Do you hate it? I just think it's such a pretty look. Obviously, it took me a while because I was talking and filming, but at the same time, if you are concentrating, it definitely wouldn't take you as long. My eyes are kind of watering a bit because I had the fan on, but it's fine. I just feel like this palette is such a banger. I've obviously done a review on this before, but not really a soft glam, but it's just such a perfect chocolatey, warm, golden soft glam. The Mercier powder, girl, get it. Get it. It's been a while since I've been only able to use one powder under my eye. Obviously the Huda Beauty one will always have my heart, but this is stunning. Like, the color's beautiful, the formula's really nice, it hasn't creased. I'm gonna need a mini one because I don't really like traveling with it. To be fair, I've got mini containers, so I can put them in, but I'm gonna need a mini in all of them. I've actually got a masterclass with them on Saturday, so it's just such a beautiful powder. Thank you guys for watching this video. I actually threw on some earrings. This is from Oma, which is a black owned label. I actually bought them myself. They do so much cute earrings. I will see you on Friday for Sip and Slay, and definitely let me guys know about the FaceTime dilemma situation or any topics you want me to add into Sip and Slay. Love you guys and see you on Friday. Love ya.